The bush is massive. The bush is so massive to the point where I almost busted my clippers back out and gave her a little pussy fade.
Welcome to the Love and Comedy Podcast, where we spill the tea on what it's like dating and pursuing love while pursuing stand-up comedy. Hosted by two comics who happen to be married. I am one of those hosts, Aurora Singh.
And I'm Drew Shafer. And today, we are going to be talking about jealousy. And to help serve the tea, we have our very first guest ever. She has over 5 million likes on TikTok, performs all over the country, and let's be real, she's a better looking version of me. Everybody, please put your hands together. Welcome to the podcast, Sydney Stigerts.
It's an honor to be here, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I am honored that I'm the first one and the one that you want to talk about jealousy with.
Everybody else is going to be jealous that Sid was the first guest.
Thank you so much.
Boom.
Yeah.
Love it. We asked Sid to be our first guest because she is obviously a very talented stand-up comic.
Stop it.
Oh my God.
Stop it. Say it again.
She's such a talented stand-up comic.
Wow, you guys are like so in sync. How long have you been married? That's crazy.
We're so Backstreet Boys. That's how in sync we are.
But we also wanted Sydney to be on it because she's such a good friend. She's like a longtime friend of ours. She came to our wedding.
Girl, I was at the wedding. Yeah. I would feel myself.
Let's be real. Sydney was like the party of the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody still is like, oh yeah, Sid, no, we met her.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did everybody meet you?
My family is like, if I talk about the wedding, they're like, how's that one girl, the blonde girl with the short hair?
The one that was singing Whitney Houston too much and just popping in and out of the video and like singing Justin Bieber. Baby, baby, baby. Yeah. That is me. That I do be doing that.
I remember Sydney and I have been friends for so long, and I remember at our engagement show that we produced, and I bring this up all the time, but like I was so anxious and nervous about the show, and Sydney could tell, and so we went to the bathroom and she just sat with me in silence. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. See, so not going to the bathroom with another girl isn't always gay, okay?
Just doing a podcast with her in a closet.
Right. It's an honor to be back here after 27 years.
Ooh, in the closet.
Let's get started with some background information.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously we're talking about love, we're talking about comedy, so let's start with love. What is your current relationship status?
Well, I feel like in order to appreciate my current love status, we have to take a trip back a little bit, okay? I am a homosexual. I am a lesbian, as you two know, right? Time works different in lesbian, okay? So technically, I've been single for 4 years, which in lesbian time is 84 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's been a while for me. I've been very single for a very long time, and now currently I am not officially in a relationship, but I'm definitely unavailable, and I am pretty damn in love with this woman that I am dating.
Wow, interesting that you would be in love without being official yet. That's different.
I know. It's a hot take. It is a hot take, and the thing is that, look, because when you look at me, everyone thinks I'm the man in the relationship, okay? So usually every, like, time I've gotten serious with someone, people always expect me to make the first move of like, be my girlfriend, da-da-da-da, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what? I feel like people always expect you to do it, so I'm gonna ask you. And I was like, you're gonna ask me. So now I've just been like, sitting my little ass back and like, let me see if she does it.
Oh my.
Let me see if she actually makes the first move.
I love that. Yeah, because you're like a softie.
I'm a big softie,
yeah.
And she knows that very much.
And she sees it and recognizes it.
She loves it.
Aww.
She loves it. She constantly says she loves how soft and gentle I am.
So I feel like she probably is going to like ask you in a cute way. She's probably just
Yes.
planning something.
I feel like it's gonna be like when you go to prom.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's gonna be like that. We're going to Santa Barbara at the end of this month, and I'm like, oh my god, is it gonna happen in Santa Barbara? And she's like, just let me have one thing, bitch. Okay.
Just
You're,
let
like,
me have
ruining
one surprise for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's so
Let
exciting.
me spoil you. That's cute.
Yeah, ours was like just like. So are we official? Are we Facebook official
Well,
now?
you
Like,
said you loved me after 2 weeks, and then asked me to be your girlfriend, and I said no. And then after, like, there was one morning, and I was like, "Are you my boyfriend now?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Cool."
Wow, romance. Wow.
That's
So
straight,
anti-
that's straight romance right there. It's so boring, so dumb.
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Just like your sex, right?
Wow. How dare you?
Zinger. Okay.
I am like Ted Williams batting a 400. Like, I'm pretty efficient.
I don't get the sports reference.
I don't get the sport.
I don't get it.
No
but
sports.
I'm sure it's a good reference that I
Yeah.
just don't understand.
It's like
for
my
sure.
jokes on stage, they hit 40% of the time.
Again, great. Another sport. Sports.
How did you guys meet? Was it through comedy? Was it outside of comedy?
So I have like a rule where I don't date people that I meet like as a comedian. Like if you
Okay.
meet me as a comedian first, I don't usually pursue that or whatever, right? So Krista was actually dating this person that I was friends with, and her girlfriend brought her to my show like beginning of 2021, something like that. In 2020. No, it was 2021.
Okay,
And she
so
brought
2
her.
years ago.
Yeah, brought her to one of my shows at Comedy Spot, and that's how I initially met her. But I didn't fully register who she was or anything, and then because I thought it was someone else for a second, and then
We've all been there.
Yeah.
and
we meet so many people after shows. It's hard to like
right,
register every face and name.
Yeah.
for sure. And I thought it was my friend's other ex-girlfriend. I was like, oh yeah, I met you 2 months ago, and she's like, no, this is a different girl. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna leave now. And then I can like when we really like first like I could feel potential and stuff like that was last June. But she was still seeing the other person, and so we had like
Krista was still seeing someone else.
yes.
Okay.
So it was just like we were just bantering really well together for like all night basically, and then we didn't talk again for months because she was still seeing
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah, obvious.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic love story.
Sydney's not a homewrecker. She's just patiently a homewrecker.
Patiently a homewrecker. Yes.
She's like a real estate agent calling you, like,
Yeah.
are you interested? Are you interested in selling it?
Follows up every 6
Yeah.
months.
Right.
Just wanna
Checking
let you
in.
know,
So what about now?
interest rates have dropped.
Oh my
Are we-
gosh. It was definitely a time, and it was interesting because we kept missing each other. She was dating someone, and then just how it finally did all come together in November. It was like the timing of it was just so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing that really makes it so good now is just that it happened when it was supposed to happen.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, but
like
you guys did meet at a comedy show, technically.
Technically, but it wasn't because she was a fan. Like, it wasn't like I knew her girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay.
And I knew her girlfriend. It wasn't like it was a random audience member and was just like, oh my God, you're so funny. I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
Like
Big
that.
difference.
Right. That I will not do.
Like this, I always think of it as like when you're younger and you go to like a concert.
yeah.
And you have like those starry eyed and you're like near the front row, maybe at like a small concert. You're like, maybe I'll be the one they pick out of the crowd and make out with after the show.
Yeah. And I've done that a couple times. And
We'll get into that. We'll get into
We'll
that.
definitely ask.
So, what does Krista do for a living? What's her job? Since she's not a comic.
correct. Krista is a licensed esthetician.
Cute.
Which is something we kind of like talked about too, because I went to beauty school. I'm a licensed barber, so we were giving each other shit because to be an esthetician, you only had to go to school for 6 months. And so I was like, oh my God, you're like such a professional, like 6 months. Oh my God, you really know your things. So she's an esthetician. She's currently just waxing a bunch of pussies.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
She gets all up in there, all those crevices.
Oh.
I always felt so bad I did laser, and I felt so bad when they had to like lift and maneuver things.
Yeah. Lift and maneuver
Wow.
things.
I just hear like the heavy machinery, like
Oh,
Beep, beep.
a forklift.
forklift
You were
and a
there for
crane.
my first laser removal.
Oh my God, yeah, the laser hair removal.
Yeah,
Oh.
not for the crevices part, but when they were doing
Yeah.
the pits. Let's clarify.
Oh my God.
Let's
Yeah,
clarify.
we
Yeah,
stayed
for
in
the
the room
pits.
for the
It was
pits.
hilarious because it was like the way you put it was like rubber bands that are on fire being
Yeah.
snapped into you.
Yeah.
I just remember watching you scream at this poor woman
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire time. Like,
Yeah.
F
I
you,
bet
F
Krista
you.
gets screamed at when she's waxing.
She actually doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
She's got gentle hands.
She is only when the time is right, you know. Krista is very warm and sweet and gentle as well, and so her clients love her. She has great clientele because she's so like she's a big empath too, and so
okay.
she like I can just picture it perfectly. Like I can see it. She's just like, all right, babe, like take your pants off, lay down, and just spread them when you're ready. And then she just like, I can just see her like perfectly, like gently, just like making eye contact with you as you're telling the story. And she's just like, oh yeah.
Just like
spreading the
lifting.
lips
Yeah.
and just,
Yeah.
yeah. And then she's like, okay, can you open that butt up though? And then, like, I can just see it perfectly.
Oh, the butthole part is the worst part.
Right,
It's the
but
most awkward.
I can see it being like so great and like comfortable and cozy with her because
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
just so like,
She's her voice. It seems like her voice
yeah.
would set the ambiance
Yeah.
for the room.
I wonder if like other non-comedian couples have this like idea of like, oh, my partner at work is probably like XYZ, because it's like Aurora offstage and on is pretty much the same person. So it's like, yeah, like if I talk, she yells at me. She's like, shut up, it's my turn with the mic. You
Yeah,
know, very-
no, absolutely. Yeah. Aurora's like, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, shut
Not
up.
on the
No, I would
podcast.
never in
Yeah.
public.
That's a lie. I've seen it.
I'm being outed. So that was the background info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Krista and you did meet technically at a comedy show, but she wasn't starry-eyed.
No, she
thin
wasn't
girl.
like that.
Yeah, and she's an esthetician, so that clarifies she is not a comic. Has never thought about doing comedy.
No,
She's-
but she makes me laugh. She's very funny.
Okay,
Aw.
so your partner has to be funny, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she has to keep up a little bit. You have to be a little quick-witted.
Oh, for sure. Like, I've brought her to a couple shows with me now, which is I haven't also done in a very long time, right? And we did it. I did a show in Turlock, which was like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
We drove in silence, like no music, nothing, and we were just bantering, riffing back and forth the whole entire time.
Oh my god.
And it was so fucking fun and funny, and she's so cute. She did this whole thing. She's like, babe, would you still love me if, and I was like, oh wow, we're already at this part where you're
That's
like,
a
would
fun
you
game.
still love me if I, like, one of them was like, she's like, would you still love me if I got in a tragic accident and could only whisper forever?
You're like, I think I would love you more.
Right. I was
I
like, I would be constantly aroused.
Yeah. You would get more clients, I'm pretty sure.
Full-time whisper.
Yeah.
Babe,
Yeah. So today's theme is jealousy. And so with you being in a new unofficial, official relationship,
Yes.
does Krista ever get jealous knowing that you have all of these fans and people coming up to you after the show, like wanting to talk to you, meet you, and like potentially hit on you?
No,
Dope.
not at all.
Not all. You guys have talked about it? Like what
Yeah.
what was the conversation like? Like what are the expectations?
So since, I was single for so long, it's like I had a very good idea of things that, I could compromise on, things that I really wanted, things I knew were not going to work at all, right? And my ex-girlfriend 5 years ago was jealous and like abusive, and like that shit would never fly. Like she hated when people came up and talked to me and all this kind of stuff. And so that has been something that I very much have presented early on with dating anyone, where it's like, I need to date someone secure who understands and realize this is just me on stage fucking around having fun. If I hit on a MILF as part of my joke, like, I'm getting off stage and walking right to you. Like, I'm leaving with you. Like, you are who I'm with. It's a character. It's a joke. We're having fun, right? And I didn't even need to necessarily say that to Krista, because she already, like, knew. She's like, yeah, like, I don't care. She is very secure in who she is. And, like, that's what I mean. Like, the timing of everything just worked out nicely.
Right.
Because she's put in a lot of work on herself. I've put in a lot of work on myself. We're not jealous whatsoever. There was a funny moment where on, like, Friday I did a show, and I have this joke about how I'm trying to find a MILF with health insurance. And this girl from the show commented on my story and was like, come here and get your Kaiser MILF. I got lots of snacks.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, she did.
And Krista commented on it, and she was like, what's her name? I just want to talk. I just want to talk to her. And it was hilarious, because it's like, oh, babe, like, you're so cute and funny. But it's like, I know she's not actually, like, mad. There was even someone that I ran into out at a bar recently, and they were like, yeah, like, I saw your show at Punchline, like, a month ago, and I really wanted to come up and say hi to you, but I thought, like, you had a girl with you. And I was like, oh, like...
So other people see you with her, and they're, like...
I think people...
nervous to talk to you because...
Yeah.
They don't want to, like, disrespect you or something?
I think especially in the queer community, there's a lot of people who are constantly jealous and constantly, like, claiming people and things like that. Like, that's one thing I don't necessarily like, right? Where it's like... Because usually it would, like, since I'm more masculine presenting, people get weird if I were to talk to another feminine woman in general. Because they're like, oh, you want to fuck her. It's like, they don't think we can be friends.
It's still, like, so even with that, yeah,
yes.
Guys and girls talking, it's like they're flirting. Like, there's no, like, people don't believe that's interesting.
Right. There's still some heteronormativity. Yeah. But, so... I think people just get weird about it sometimes or whatever. But, no, I was like, no, she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Come up and say hi. And she will be right next to me. And she's so great and sweet and nice, too, at, like, interacting with people as well. And she'll be like, I know, she's so funny and hot, right?
she's like your manager, like, like, hyping you up.
Yeah, no,
that's good.
Absolutely.
So, like, let's say you're at a show and she saw some girl come up to you, and the girl was, like, kind of flirty and was, like, hitting on you, like, kind of doing the DM thing, but, like, in person.
Yeah.
What would she do in that moment? Would she just, like, sit back and watch it and, like, hee hee ha ha and, like, that's so cute because Sydney's coming home with me? Or would she, like, get up and, like, interject and be like, oh, hi, yeah, I'm Sydney's girlfriend. I'm, you know, and, like, introduce herself?
I think probably the first one, but I would also, because I have a flirty talk, I guess, just naturally, like, being nice and funny, you know what I mean? But I make it very clear, too, where it's, like, I put distance between us, like, nothing is like that. I make it very clear. I'm like, oh, yeah, my girl's right there. She's right there. And then Chris is just like, hi, babe. I don't think she's not weird about it, because she knows. She's like, yeah, bitch, like, you're hot and funny. Of course, people are gonna come up and try to.
For listeners, I do want to double down on that. Sydney is hot. She is very hot. She said it. I said it. Drew,
stop it.
Yeah,
guys, are we gonna have a three-way in here? Should I call Krista?
Yeah, she can record and hype.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But yeah, I think. Yeah, she's like, yeah. But also the thing that's funny, too, is I'm very oblivious. And so...
Same.
Yeah. So Krista will be like, babe, I think that girl's trying to fuck you. And I was like, wait, what? She just told me that I was, like, really cute and really hot and really fun. Oh, my God, did she want to fuck?
I had a whole bit about that. One time, Aurora, there was a girl after a show in Reno that came up to me and she was, like, hitting on me. But I thought she was just like, you're so funny. Oh, I love your comedy. And then after she left, Aurora's like, that girl wanted to suck your dick. And I'm like, what? I'm like,
Did
She absolutely wanted to suck your dick.
I had no
She
idea.
was leaned in,
Ugh.
cleavage. She was like, tell me more about you teaching math. Like, no girl wants to hear about a guy teaching math unless she wants to suck
She
your
wants
dick.
your fucking
She was
baby.
an engineer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
So
she was a
I did.
nerd.
So I did.
You did the second one where
I
you're
did the
like,
second
hi, I'm Aurora, his
Yep,
fucking wife.
Because
We were just dating at that point, but yeah, I definitely
That was
stepped
early
in
on,
and
yeah.
I did the second where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, hi, yeah, what's your name? Cool,
Yeah.
I'm Aurora. And I like really
Yeah.
made my presence
I think-
known. And
I
she
don't-
kept looking at
Krista
me like,
might do that, and I would think it would be funny. I think she would do it to help me because half the time she knows that sometimes I'm like I'm tired, like I want to get out of here. So I think she
Yes.
would
That's
do that
cool.
to be like, babe, let's go. Like, let's get out of here. And I'd be like, yes,
Yeah.
babe, let's get out of here. Thank you.
yeah.
That's awesome to have that.
She is
good.
so fucking great in every type of way. It's actually ridiculous.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. And
much
it's
fun.
good to have, when you're doing stand-up, to have someone understand that when you're talking to people after a show, it's not because they're flirting with you or they're doing their thing, but you're still putting on your stage persona. And it's not
Definitely.
who you are in real life. And
Right.
nothing
Yeah.
is going to come from that except hopefully gaining a new fan that's going to support you in comedy.
Right.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah, and it's been kind of a hard thing to navigate just for myself, not even necessarily with Krista, because it's like, in person is hard, but now that I've blown up on social media too, it's constantly just so much shit on DMs and everything, which is like nice and flattering, of course. I haven't considered myself like a hot commodity or like a hot person, so it's nice and validating, but it's also like, if anything, I'll be like, Krista, look at what this girl said.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we'll like laugh at it together, but it's kind of just overwhelming for me sometimes, but there's never like any hint of jealousy. If anything, it's like joking around. It's like, well, is she cute though? Like,
That's fun.
you know what I mean?
It probably I feel like it probably gives her a little like it maybe makes her like you more. In a way, 'cause it's
Knowing
like,
that everybody else would like.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone wants to fuck Sydney, and I get to fuck Sydney.
Yeah.
This
I
one's
hope
like,
she-
I live
yeah.
in Pittsburgh. I will walk across the country for you. Like, what are you going to do, Krista? Are you going to walk to the fridge and get me a beer right now? Like, this bitch will walk 3,000
Right?
miles.
Do you really love me?
Prove it. Prove it.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Yeah, because it's hard to not have jealousy in that unless you're confident in yourself, and it sounds like
Right.
she is.
For
And
sure.
that is something that I will never compromise or settle on. And that's what I mean, like the timing of it. She is very confident and secure with who she knows that I would never do anything to ruin what I have with her.
So, speaking of
Yes.
fan interactions after shows, I feel like you have some crazy stories. What is the most wild post-show fan interaction experience that you've ever had?
And does Krista know about them?
Oh, yeah. Does she know, and how does she feel?
So, God, I've had too many wild experiences. Let's be real.
I'm so excited.
I'm like, this is like, people are like, oh, what's it like being a comedian? It's like, it's just like being a rock and roll star. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
First, does Krista know about them?
Krista knows about this first story I'm going
Okay.
to tell.
All right.
Because I make the MILF joke, and this girl that I had the first interaction with was 22, also a MILF. She's the skim MILF that I wrote a joke
Okay.
about, right? So, this was 2019. I'm on the road with Chelsea Bierce, another comic, and we're driving
Chelsea's amazing.
yes.
Chelsea's fucking great.
And we are going to have Chelsea on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we're doing 2 shows up in Northern California, right? And they're pretty like yeehaw type places, you know what I mean? And we're driving up there, and Chelsea is like, oh, have you ever had a chuckle fucker? And I was like, excuse me? And she was like, a chuckle fucker. It's an audience member who sleeps with a comedian after a show. And I was like, oh no, I've never had that. She's like, well, you're not really a road comic, bitch. Strap up. So
she's letting you know ahead of time.
Yes.
This is something. This
Yeah.
is your turn.
Yes.
And this is information for a lot. This is good insight for our listeners who aren't comics.
yes.
There's a name for people who hook
Yeah.
up with comics after shows.
Yeah.
Chuckle fucker.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
no shame.
No shame whatsoever.
No.
This experience, shameful. Any other one? No. So we go up, we do the shows, right? And we do the shows, we kill it, we have fun, and then we head to this bar, which is across the street from our Motel 6. So me and Chelsea go in.
That luxury road
That
life.
good, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so we go into this bar. Chelsea's singing karaoke because she's an amazing karaoke
so
person, right?
God.
I'm like chopping it up with the whole bar. You know, I'm out there just mingling, having fun. I'm turning the whole bar gay, as Chelsea says it.
As Sydney does. Not the gay part, but the chopping it up with everyone. I was responding to the first part of your sentence.
Whoopsies. So I see these three girls, and with my drunk goggles on, I'm like, these bitches kind of cute. So I see these three girls, and I started talking to them, right? And I cannot even remember what the third one looks like, but I remember it looked like
unimportant.
Right. So I'm talking to the one that I like. I'm like, okay, it'll probably be her, right? And she was like, yeah, my friend Sarah, which was sitting right next to her. She was like, yeah, my friend Sarah, I think, has a crush on me. Later found out Sarah's her fucking cousin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Sarah's a cousin of who?
The girl that I'm talking to.
You were talking to a girl, and then
She says,
said,
my cousin has a crush on me?
She says, my friend Sarah has a crush on me. Later found out, oh, Sarah's my cousin. I'm like, your cousin has a crush on you?
Oh,
That's some yeehaw. Yeehaw.
Yeah, we were almost in Alabama there for a second.
Yeah, Sydney said we're in Honky Tonk Town, and then
Yeah.
and then they proved it.
Yeah.
So much to the point where this girl, Sarah, we're singing. Oh, no. I'm taking like a Snapchat video, right? This bitch says the N-word.
No.
And you see my face go, oh, shit. So that's the premise of this already, right? That's how this is going.
She's like, I think she has a crush on me. She's at all my family reunions. She's at all the birthday parties I go to. I see her every Christmas.
Right.
This bitch is stalking me.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
she's family.
It was like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're all having fun, and we're like, hey, come back to our hotel. It's right across the street. So they come over. Chelsea's doing her thing. I'm in the bathroom with these two dudes cutting their hair.
Oh my god.
Because I'm a barber, right? And these two dudes are like, oh, dude, I got clippers in my car. Can you, like, line me up? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can, dog. I'm, like, fucking drunk. I'm doing blow. I'm feeling good.
Oh, wow. Okay, rock star life.
Oh, you have no idea, baby, right? So I cut these two guys' hair, and then they, like, dip out. It's like 4:30 in the morning. And then...
Did they pay you?
They paid me in drogas.
The original form of payment
Next
for
point in the
everything.
story.
So, and then they leave. I start hooking up with this girl in the bathroom, and the bush is massive. The bush is so massive to the point where I almost busted my clippers back out and gave her a little pussy fade.
Wow.
I'm like,
Sydney's like, I'm gonna make some money today because this, mobile shop is open.
Yeah, girl, I hit her with that ball pussy fade. You feel me? We kept a little bit on the top, but you could still see the lips. It really brought him out. You feel me?
Cute.
It was fucking stupid. Anyways, so we like hook up, right? And then
And you made her come fast.
I made her come
I
fast.
heard part of the story already.
Yeah, made her come fast, which, you know, a blessing and a curse. Because then the next day, sure, true, yeah. The next day, we woke up, and yeah, my drunk goggles were really, really bad.
Oh,
and
no.
Drew
and I are like, no.
I don't even talk about it. And she was like, we woke up, and me and Chelsea were like, we need to get some fucking breakfast. She was like, can you take me back to my house? And we're like, yeah. Her house was a motel in a gas station parking lot.
Oh, no.
And I was like, why didn't they get us a room at this motel?
That's where
The
she
fuck?
lived.
Yeah.
She lived in a motel.
And her baby was there. And I was like, you have a baby? She's like, yeah, I'm a mom. And I was like, ugh. And then,
Was there somebody babysitting her baby?
her grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which, like, no judgment, girl.
Graham?
Yeah, no judgment. Do your thing.
Yeah, and Grandma was probably just like, "Oh, you're going to go to a bar. I'll just stay here," and was sleeping probably the whole time.
No judgment whatsoever.
Yeah. No.
However, the next day, right? We travel to our next show in the next town over. She shows up. It's at a beautiful golf course in Shasta. Beautiful.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
She shows up drunk and is like, "What do you mean you're leaving to go back to Sacramento? You were supposed to stay here and raise my child with me."
Oh, no.
Right? To the point where security was like, we're gonna make this bitch leave. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
my
that's
God.
why you don't make girls come quickly in Wairika.
Yeah, at a Motel 6.
At a Motel 6.
Sounds like you left her lights on.
We like it.
I love it. So, and Krista knows about this story.
Yeah, me and Chelsea riffed on it while Krista was sitting front row at one of my shows.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
I love that she knows about it and it's just like, that's hilarious. Please don't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would never do it again. That's the thing, though, is like, bitch, she's 7 years older than me. She's my little cougar.
Ooh.
She, like, we both have had, like, wild experiences. We don't judge each other for it.
Right.
No.
And it's also the
Never.
past, right?
It's the past.
I think more I was wondering, because I asked that because, like, knowing that is something that has happened.
Yeah.
It's like, is there any hint of jealousy on her end being like, could that happen again while you're on the
Right.
road? But obviously you're loyal, so.
We both trust each other completely, and we both are like, damn, this bitch would be crazy if either one of us, like, did something to ruin this. Like, we both are very aware that, like, oh shit, like, we're like in love.
Aww.
Yeah. And so
Okay, that's gross. Let's get back to the dirty
okay,
let's-
cool. Yeah,
Let's
for
do
sure.
another one. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
Okay,
another
it does.
wild.
The next one does also involve a Motel 6.
Motel sex.
This podcast is brought to you by, no, I wish it was.
I'm
Wouldn't
Tom
be an-
Bodette, and
Yeah.
this is Motel 6.
We'll leave the light on for you. No, if we were sponsored by Motel 6, we would not be in a closet.
We still might be.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is the size of a Motel 6 room,
Oh!
honestly.
Okay, now we'll never be sponsored by them.
I much prefer Super 8. You know,
Sorry,
2 more
I've
numbers.
ruined too many of your countertops in the bathroom. Like, can we cut that?
They're probably still cleaning up all the hair that's sitting cut in those hotel rooms. She can make you come fast and cut your hair. Cindy
Ayo.
Stigerts, everybody.
Hit me up.
Okay, what's the other story? Because I feel there's just so many good. I never got to be this on the road.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And no, let me tell you,
so
it was
annoyed.
fun. It was fun. And I am very happy now, though, that those are behind me. And now, just like Krista is.
We got jokes.
Oh, what's good, baby? Anyways,
Yeah.
so this next one, it was like one of my first shows back from the pandemic, and it was in Oakdale, California.
So we are horned up. We've been in the house.
We are horned up.
Setting the stage.
Absolutely. And Oakdale is also very yeehaw. A lot of my family lives there, my aunts, uncles, cousins, right? And they haven't seen me perform in a few years. So I'm at this brewery in Oakdale. My family comes out. We're having fun. It's the first time I've performed in a minute. So I'm like drinking, having fun, chopping it
We
up.
out
with
the
you.
house, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
We all remember that first
Yeah.
show back.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah.
We're buying drinks. We're having fun. We're having a good time, right? And after the show, we're all hanging out at the brewery still, just chilling, whatever, with the comics. And a couple of the servers, I'm like talking to them. And they're like, oh, yeah, that one over there, she's gay. And I was like, oh, sheesh, okay. And then, so I go over to her, and I'm drunk, and I'm feeling myself, okay? And I go up to her, and I was like, so, are we going to stop pretending like you don't think I'm cute?
The balls, Sydney.
Wow.
I am not.
Sydney's like, I
yeah.
haven't been out of the house in over a year. I am fucking hitting on you right
Yeah,
now.
no, absolutely. I am not usually like that whatsoever. But I was like, you know what? Because I had insider knowledge that she thought I was cute. So I
And
walked
that-
up.
Oh, the confidence when you know,
yeah.
like, oh.
Every time I've done that, I think 3 times where I've gone up to someone and been like, so, we're going to stop pretending? Like, all right, let's go to the bathroom then. every single time it's worked out.
The bathroom.
We just make out in the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom. Sydney, where can you find Sydney after a show?
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You know what? Yeah, you might meet.
Where's Krista and Sydney?
Yeah.
Sydney finished up just a minute ago. Oh, check the bathroom.
Yep. We're going to find out in a couple of years. Sid's just using this as a cover for like some disease that makes her poop all the time. Like, she's like, I was just making out with somebody in there. Don't go in. We made a lot of smell.
Sydney's always quote unquote making out with someone in the bathroom after a show.
Yeah. We're going to find out it's like she lied.
Oh
She got
She's
herself.
shitting this whole time.
You know what? That also would be realistic. Absolutely. I do like to shit. I do be shitting. Okay?
We know.
Yeah.
For another pod.
Yeah,
Yep.
for another pod.
another
But no,
episode.
you can absolutely catch me and Krista making out constantly in any corner of any
Great.
room.
Next time I will be camera ready. So what happened after you aggressively hit on this person?
Okay, and then she was like, maybe. She was like, yeah, I did think you were cute, whatever. So then once they clean up the place, right, then we all go to this bar across the street, which is in the parking lot of a Motel 6.
Every time.
Right. We back. It's like I never left. Ah!
Yeah. Why is the rap about Holiday Inn? It should be about Motel 6.
So we go to this.
Because comics don't get paid enough to stay at all.
Yeah. Not even the express version.
No.
No, absolutely not.
We chillin' at the Motel 6.
God damn it.
All right, so we're back at the Motel 6 after some.
Oh no,
bathroom
we go to
makeups.
this bar that's
bar.
in the Motel 6 parking lot, right?
Okay.
And we're all drinking, having fun. It's super honky tonk. It's a bunch of white cowboys, right? And I'm the gayest thing this place has ever seen. And I'm making out with this girl. We're throwing back shots. We're all drinking, having fun.
Yes.
And I don't know how this came about, but I started talking to this guy, and I think he's trying to fuck me. I don't know what's happening.
Plot twist?
Yeah, I know. He gives me his key to his Motel 6 room. And I was like, okay. And I was just like being nice. I was like, okay, like I'll take it to appease him. I don't know. Anyway, something happens. I might have gotten drugged. It's still not clear.
Oh no, Sydney.
But this girl's like, yeah, like I'm trying to fuck. Like, let's go back to my place, whatever. Out of nowhere, it hits me in the face. And I start puking outside. Puking. Bad.
No.
And this girl is sweet, though. She's like rubbing my back, all this shit. But I totally fuck it up. I start throwing up all over the place. And then this comic that I was with was like, hey, like, what are we fucking doing? I was like, just throw me in the backseat. I'll sleep right here and drive home in the morning. And he was like, absolutely not. He's like, doesn't your family live here? And I was like, yeah, but it's like 2 a.m. I don't want to wake him up. This dude drives my car and parks it outside of my aunt's house. And I just fall asleep.
Where did he go?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Did he get an Uber to his car? Maybe? I don't know.
fell asleep in my car outside of my aunt's house. And then I woke up at like 6 or 7 a.m. and drove home. And she texted, and I was like, hey, I stayed the night outside of your house. She was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, why didn't you come in? I was like, I didn't want to wake you up.
Sydney was being so considerate, even being blacked out drunk. And she's like, I just want everyone to get the best rest that they possibly
And then
can.
I wake up and
Which they were, and not worrying about Sydney.
Right.
Which is like, why are you guys worrying about... You guys should have been up worrying about Sydney.
I know, my cousin was like, oh, fuck, dude. I was like, it's fine. She's like, I feel so bad. I was like, it's fine. And then... look in my pockets. I still got this guy's Motel 6 key.
Hey, let's go. You know what? It's crazy that probably still works for that room.
Oh, absolutely. I still have
Insane.
it next to my nightstand.
3 years later.
Yeah.
We're going to Oakdale.
Let's go to Oakdale. All right, after this, let's go see if it works.
Yeah, that was... Woo!
Damn. Those stories are so fun, and I just, like, am kind of jealous, honestly.
I mean...
I've had after show shenanigans, but nothing that's, like... I've never, like, made out with anyone crazy after a show.
Well, see, this is what I do.
That was her lying face.
Right.
She said it and then dropped.
Oh, my God.
Dropped the chin. That's it.
See, I don't obviously do that anymore. Like,
Right.
it was it was like fun because like I do like hang out with audience sometimes after whatever, but now I'm a huge fan of Irish goodbyes.
Right.
I
you feel like sometimes people like expect so much from you after a show?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they're just waiting for me, and then they want to do this. Last night after my show, I fully ran out of the club. I was like, I'm not talking to anybody. I grabbed my backpack. I ran to my car because I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to anyone.
You're like, I can't even stop to go to the bathroom. I have to head out.
Yeah.
No more bathrooms. Time for Sid.
Exactly.
No more bathroom makeouts.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I get that, especially because like a lot of people don't get that after you do your set or you do a show, you're exhausted, and after a night where you're hosting 2 shows back to back or performing in 2 shows back to back, like, damn, that's like hours of being on. Oh my god, Sid, those are so fun. But now Sydney's all settled down with someone who's super cool and not
so
jealous.
much better than a Motel 6.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And jealousy comes up in all ways, so we'll talk about jealousy more on the podcast for sure, in different parts of comedy.
Okay. We are super excited. This is the first time we're playing this game.
Yeah, I hope it goes well.
We're hoping, yeah. So a little tidbit about comedians is we all have so many jokes in our notebooks, our phones, like the notes section, whatever. And we want to play a game called Pocketed Punchlines. Yeah,
because I have like over 60 notes in my iPhone. And if like you go back, I can go back to like 2016 and I just wrote random like premises or notes to like joke about and write about, and then I just never did, and I kept going, and now it's 2023 and I just have like these random things. So we thought it would be really fun for our guests to do a deep dive in their notes and find something that they just completely forgot that they wrote down.
Yeah. See, that's the right reaction. We're giving her some time, and she's found it. She has found it.
Sydney's found a premise, so we want to hear the premise and then see if you have like an idea of what you're trying to do with it.
Oh my god!
If you can bring it back, so okay, tell us.
Okay, wait. There's just like a couple that I just have to read.
Okay, share them.
Okay.
This one I have no idea. It just says got free drinks 'cause shot with a breast milk. I can't. I fucking can't.
This is what we do as comics. We literally just write down
and I have
random
no
stuff.
idea what that means.
Was that a blackout, do you think?
No, I think I always just write, like, jot little things, and then I'm like, I'll remember what that means. Bitch, I don't remember what that means. Yeah. This one, I'm pretty sure I probably shit somewhere that didn't have toilet paper, because this said, top 10 best things to use in your house for toilet paper.
All right, David Letterman.
Jesus Christ.
You know
she does have a poop issue. We're
really talk, you guys. So, what is it? I'm like a litter box. Pussy just comes to me.
Hey!
And then under it says masturbate to everything in quarantine.
I love the litter box. That feels like a Real Housewives. Like your
intro line.
Right.
Their intro line.
Their little, like.
So you know my closer, right, where I feel like I'm ruining some things for my dad.
Yes.
I think this goes with it. It says, Dad watches gay porn now to be safe. It's an out-of-cunt experience.
Yeah, we are a rated R podcast, for the record.
Oh my God.
Put the E on there.
We need to put explicit for sure.
Okay, no, you can totally cut that out.
No, we're leaving that shit. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
I also love if a dad uses that as the excuse. No, I'm just watching gay porn because I don't want to see
my daughter.
I don't want to see my daughter or someone who looks like her.
Sometimes question people who date me. I live at home and have a lesbian dad bod.
Wait, how long ago are those?
This one was from a while ago. These are all from like 2018.
Oh my gosh.
That was a different era.
Yeah.
Like I have no self-control with mac and cheese. And I have to ask my parents if you can come over.
Do you think that you would bring any of these to stage now that you're like looking back, or do any of these have names?
I think now that I tell my Tupperware story, I think I could definitely bring back this top 10 what do I use for toilet paper?
Okay.
There was this
for listeners that don't know, Sydney has a joke about how she was in short stuck in a storage, or she was cleaning out her storage and really had to shit, but the bathroom was closed because it was COVID. So she found a Tupperware that was in the storage and shit in the Tupperware.
I did.
So that would be that would be
I
good
left
to bring
it
that
so
in.
they could do a Storage Wars bid over my shit. Oh God. I feel like that could all tie in together. Maybe I'll do it tonight at my show.
Yeah.
But there was this one joke that I did see from when I was like first starting in, and it was about cultural appropriation. And it was like, it's cultural appropriation when all these men wear flannels because that's lesbian culture.
Yes, Sydney, get it.
It's so stupid.
Is it cultural appropriation from lesbians, or is it cultural appropriation from people who cut down trees?
Yeah,
from lumberjacks.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like lumberjacks would like to have a word with you.
You know what? We're all the same. Lumberjacks, lesbians.
You're all cutting down wood, right? Like you're trying, like
the opposite.
This is my joke.
Get mad.
This is my joke. Yeah, where it's like I'm not a lumberjack because I don't like wood.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's the problem with cultural appropriation. It's always people, taking one thing but not the rest of it. Like,
oh yeah,
if you're gonna wear flannels, you gotta know your wood.
I gotta chop down wood too.
Yeah, chop down some wood.
If you're gonna wear flannels and you're not a lumberjack or a lesbian, you better be licking puss. Does that make sense?
No, you just need to get the fuck
You
out
don't know
and leave
cultural-
licking puss to us.
Yeah, leave cultural appropriation to us whites.
You're right.
You don't even understand
You
it.
know what? I shouldn't be speaking about something outside my lane. You're right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
stay in your lane, dog.
Yeah, you're over here like,
I'll
I
stay
know
in
what
my
it
oppressed
is.
corner. Thank you. Black History Month. Thank you so much. Okay. Sydney Stigerts, where can we find you?
You can find me on top of your mom. Ew, I'm kidding. You can find me on top of Krista Marie. I'm just kidding. Underneath. Okay. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram at Sid Stig. I have my website, sydneystigerts.com. I have my Laugh After Dark Comedy Fest set coming out on YouTube, I believe, this month, hopefully.
February, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you guys follow her there. Follow on all the socials, Sid Stig, and you guys go see her live. If you haven't seen Sydney perform, I'm telling you, you are absolutely missing out on a good time.
Oh,
it's
much fun.
So good, yeah.
It's so much fun.
I love you guys.
Oh, we love you, Sid.
Yeah, and we just want to thank everybody for listening or watching, however you're getting our podcast. This has been the Love and Comedy Podcast. Thanks, Sid, for being here. So glad to bring you into our closet.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. This was much nicer than my closet growing up.
Oh, yay. We did it.
And for everybody listening, watching, please subscribe, share, follow. Check us out. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We are the Love and Comedy Podcast on all of those. And yeah.
And also, send us your questions. We're gonna try. We got so many questions on social media. We're gonna only be able to answer 1 or 2 per episode. So send us your questions, and we'll have our guests answer. Drew and I will answer as much as we can, and because we want to hear from you. We want this to be as interactive as possible. So send us your questions on any social media platform, and we are gonna put out episodes every Thursday. So follow and all that. Thumbs up this podcast so that way you get all the notifications for the next time we post, which will be in 1 week.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that was it. Thank you so much. We did it.
First one.
See you next week.
Bye.